Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Holy shit, it's Robocop and he's a Terminator.
Please be nice.
I will not terminate you.
Really?
No, he will terminate you.
You suck.
No, he is terminated. Abso-f***ing-lutely.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at another NECA figure, and it's Robocop versus Terminator. And I remember seeing this when it first came out. I got this at my local Toys R Us. They had it on sale for $25. It's normally $29.99, and it's actually two figures in one. If you don't remember this set, it was from the 90s. It's a comic book from the 90s where it's Robocop versus the Terminator. Robocop ended up uploading his core memory into Skynet, and then in the future he builds like an army of Robocop Terminators to fight the Terminators. It's a very cool comic. Definitely go back and check it out. And this comes with that Robocop Terminator and the Terminator Dog, which is very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Robocop versus Terminator in the packaging, and I love the shininess on that. That looks really cool. This is straight comic book cover art. It's got the same stuff up here at the top. Side of the package shows some more of the artwork from the comic, and then more artwork from the comic. Oh, that was an iconic scene. Absolutely love it. Just kind of a close-up. That is cool. I love that. The little reflection. That just looks super sick. But yeah, look at that artwork. It's awesome. Very cool. And then here's the side art, which is very, very neat. Top of the package, same kind of stuff. And then this side, the artwork over here with all the Robocop Terminators flying in the air, looking all kinds of cool. It has an open flap that you can do that. So you can see the figure displayed inside if you want, or figures, and then here they are outside of the packaging in like a little diorama. Looking cool, but oh, look at those guys. They look awesome. Very, very cool. Back of the packaging, again, shows the two figures, and then it also shows the Robocop with all the missiles on it from the same series. They did have that one as well, but they only had one of these, and I definitely wanted to pick this guy up. Just very, very cool. So I may go ahead and pick that one up at some point in time. I don't know, but it's definitely pretty cool. And then here is a write-up. If I can get it to focus. If you want to read that, you can pause and do so. But yeah, that just looks super sick. Very cool. And then they're facing off. Very, very nice. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get the Robocop and Terminator Dog out of the package and see what we think. So here we have the Robo-Terminator and the dog out of the packaging, and I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite NECA toy sets I own. This just comes straight out of the comic book for me, and I just absolutely love the way they did this. I've got very few gripes on this set. Maybe the biggest gripe is some of the joints on the Robo-Terminator here and the dog, as far as getting him to stand perfectly straight, is a little bit cumbersome, but you know, it's not bad. I mean, it stands pretty well. This guy is a little bit more difficult to get to stand upright, but once you get the joints in the right place, he's fine. And by no means is it hard to pose at all. You just have to, you know, adjust and move the figure around to get him to stand right. The other thing is his, I don't know, the proportions on his limbs look a little wonky to me. I don't know, for some reason it seems like these arms are way longer than they should be, and his calves are a lot shorter than they should be. But that could be an optical illusion due to the way that they're constructed, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Now, the only accessory that the Robo-Terminator has is the gun itself, which I'm just going to leave in the hand there. And this is basically it. This is what you get. which is not bad. I mean, you're getting 2 figures for the price of 1. Which I've always loved the dog Terminators. I thought those were really cool. It looks like it's supposed to be a Doberman Pinscher, I guess, by the back of the tail here. Whatever kind of dog it is, it's got a bobbed tail, and just the basic design, it looks like a Doberman to me. So let's take a look at the articulation on these figures. We'll look at the Doberman first. His head does move back and forth. It moves down about that far. It moves up pretty far, which is nice. He does have an articulated jaw, which is very cool. Definitely dig that. There is a joint at the neck itself. It doesn't go back very far, and it doesn't go forward very far. Mostly, it's just going to turn left and right. He's got joints at the upper, I guess, shoulders of the dog, so they can spin all the way around. They do go outward a little bit, so you can get some poses in like that. There is, let's see here, there is no twist at the upper part. It looks like there should be, but there's not. There is a single joint at the, I guess, knee point of the dog, right there, and then there is also another single joint right above the ankle of the dog, right there, and then the ankle of the dog itself has another joint, and it also twists back and forth like that. There is a diaphragm joint right here at the midsection of the dog. It basically twists back and forth. There is also at the haunch of the dog a ball joint, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick up, but there are little servos that connect right there. Those actually work, which is very cool. Then the back of the legs have the same type of joint up front here, so they can go in and out, and they spin all the way around. And then there is another single joint right here. Again, another single joint here, and then the same joint on the paws that we have on the front of said dog. So you can get the dog in pretty doggy type poses for the most part, and well, that's pretty darn cool. Now the Robo Terminator also has quite a bit of articulation. I think the dog actually has more articulation, but he looks really, all that skeleton in there looks really cool. His head moves back and forth, goes down a little bit and goes up just a hair. There is a diaphragm joint up here. There is no twist at the waist, which I'm not really sure why. And then his shoulders, they come out like this, and then they spin all the way around like that, which is very cool. And then his, if you notice, his arms also have pistons, front and back, which move with that single joint, and that is freaking awesome. I absolutely love that. And then his hands twist at the wrist. There is no hinge, which is a little unfortunate. His legs kick up really, really far, actually. They kick back really, really far. You kind of want to watch. It feels like it wants to pop out, so be aware of that. His back leg has, his knee has a single joint right there. The rocket boosters do not have any movement, and then his ankle here also has a little piece right there that moves up and down, which is very cool. That little hydraulic, very nice, very cool. There is no twist at the ankle, and there is no ankle pivot. But for the most part, very articulated. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I love the design. It's obviously a Terminator endoskeleton skull underneath the Robocop mask. I'm definitely digging that. It's got the Terminator-style arms lobbed onto the side of it with some hydraulics pieces kind of attached on the shoulders, which look really, really cool. I love the paintwork that they've got on the Robocop armor. It's got that light blue and chromey kind of polished look, which is really nice. And then the Terminator parts are a very like a dirty blackwashed steel look, which is a very, very cool and just gives it a really neat look, and it looks like it does in the comic book. Now taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, it's basically the Robocop body. There is some minor paint differences. The endoskeleton hands and arms look really cool and lanky, very creepy looking. He's got kind of a standard Robocop type gun, which is nice. The big difference is that the waist part and his butt, it's the same armor color that the rest of the Robocop is. And that's a little different from what we usually see with Robocop. That's usually a black piece. But this is the way it was in the comic books, so, you know, that's fine. I mean, it just looks really nice. The hydraulic pieces on his arms, super cool how they work. I absolutely love that. I think that is a great quality in the NECA figure. I mean, it just looks really, really cool. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, it's basically the same legs that we see in the Robocop action figures. From NECA, they're just all, you know, painted slightly different and altered a little bit with the rockets on the side of the calves. Again, you got the hydraulics on the back of the legs with the foot that actually function when you move the figure. That is just, I love that about these action figures. Yeah, overall, I mean, it looks really, really good. It's a good use of the base action figure and modifying it for this comic book incarnation. So taking a closer look at the Terminator Dog, this thing looks really cool, and I'm pretty sure this is a new mold for the Terminator line of action figures by NECA. They may have had a Terminator Dog in that reboot movie that was really, really bad with Christian Bale, but I can't remember. If you recall, leave a comment down below. But this definitely looks cool. Again, I think it's a Doberman Pinscher because of the bobtail and the way the head's shaped. I love how it's got the teeth painted like, you know, canine teeth. It's got the little red eyes. All of the design of the dog detail looks good. That black wash over it just looks amazing. And the fact that it's got some hydraulics on it that work in the haunch of the dog. I would have liked to seen a few more of the little hydraulics work like in the neck, but the way it's designed, I can see why they didn't go there. And it's a sturdy little figure. I mean, it feels probably a little bit better built than the Robocop, to be honest. For comparison, here we have the Robo Terminator and Dog with Robocop himself, all from NECA. And as you can see, Robocop is basically a retool of the body. Which is not surprising. They've done that multiple times, and it's a good Robocop body. You know, why not use it multiple times? He's just got different arms, obviously. There is some adjustments to the mold at the top of the shoulders. It's a different head sculpt. The helmet looks like it's pretty much the same, except the under carriage of the helmet where all the black is, it's all silver on the Terminator one. And then he has the additions of the little rocket booster things on his legs there. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's just painted differently. The midset, or his butt, I guess, is a different color. Robocop's is all black. That one is silver. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's really pretty much the same figure. We just have some adjustments and augmentations, and, well, it works. So is the Robocop versus Terminator, Robo Terminator and Dog, something that you want in your Robocop collection? I'm going to say yes. If you are a fan of this comic book back in the 90s, this is a must-have set. It was probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite, Robocop comic in the 90s. Definitely one of my favorite Terminator comics in the 90s, and this is a dream set for me. I absolutely adore this. I was glad to pick it up at Toys R Us. This was the last one I can find. I've not seen this anywhere else. FYE did have some of these, but they have since sold out, and this was the last one at my Toys R Us, and I got 10% off, so I'm happy about that. I think that it's painted well, they're sculpted well. It's a reuse of the Robocop body, but it should be, which is very, very nice. The dog is great. The fact that you get them both together in one set is amazing, because I could see them selling them separately. To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting a few more of the dogs. I'd like to see the dog resold in a 2-pack. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But the problem is, at about, what, $25, $30, troop building for the Terminator, because there were tons of the Robo Terminators, would be pretty expensive, but it would definitely look cool on a Robocop or Terminator shelf. This is definitely going up with my Robocop. I adore this thing. If you like that comic, this is a must-have, absolutely. So there it is, the Robo Terminator and Terminator Dog from Robocop vs. Terminator.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.